Alright, welcome back. Linkage institutions, the media's influence on the public. So the first question is the media biased? So this either in a liberal way or a conservative way. The answer is no. Okay, and I know that, obviously your eyes tell you that the answer is yes, that Fox News is more conservative and that MSNBC is more liberal. But for real, in this class, the answer is no to that question. What we're talking about is the reporting of the news, okay? And the reporting of the news, what studies have shown countless number of times is that last bullet, while journalists are more liberal, there is not a significant media bias. The news media reports the news in a mostly fair and unbiased way. Now, the opinion shows, Fox has a lot of conservative opinion shows, MSNBC has a lot of liberal opinion shows. That's where bias takes place, but that's commentary, that's not the news reporting. So I want you to go against your instinct, and I want you to say no, the media is not biased in this class. Now, what the media does have a bias towards is dramatic sensationalism. They like to focus on dramatic stories, things that are out of the ordinary, things that will get people talking. They love scandals. So you see Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky up there. Obviously, that's something the media talked about quite a bit. It was shocking. Celebrity news, if that's really news, they report on that a lot. Things that are surprising, out of the ordinary, sensational. That's the type of things that they will report on a lot. Okay, so how does the media influence us? So the idea here, the key thing I'm trying to make sure we're good on is the media does not make a person more liberal or more conservative. So they don't affect our ideology. What they do influence, though, is what issues we think are important. And the way that they influence that is really simple. You might remember a couple of videos ago we talked about the gatekeeper role, what they choose to report on. What the media chooses to report on, those are issues that become more important to us simply because we are seeing them all the time on TV. So a presidential election, it is on TV all the time. Even though we are still, when I'm recording this, we're still 3 months away from the election, and it's all you see on TV right now. President Obama is still the president of this country, and he is still the one who has power, and Congress has power. We're not focusing on that, we're focusing on the election. Things like 9/11, War on Terror, Casey Anthony. Again, that's a good example of dramatic or sensationalism. It's just, not to make light of it, but in the grand scheme of things, it's one murder. And we have thousands of murders each year, so why did that one story, that one murder, get such an inordinate amount of coverage? Well, it was dramatic sensationalism. Okay, so to continue with that slide, we have a term here, agenda setting. I want you to highlight, circle, star this one. It's the most important term in this video, for sure. And so you have the term with a definition, and then there's a 3-step process, the way in which this occurs. Okay, so we'll go through this one a little bit slowly. What is agenda setting? All right, your definition is that the media influences the list of issues to be addressed by the government. Okay, so you have the idea that there are certain things that Congress, the president, are looking at and things that they are trying to fix or to solve, problems that they are trying to address. And the media can influence this by reporting on things. So we have 3 steps here, and all 3 of these have to happen. By the way, this is something the AP test loves to ask on FRQs. Multiple times in the last few years, students have had to write about agenda setting. And so this 3-step process is something you want to be very familiar with. I will probably ask you this on your test in an FRQ format, so I want you to be able to write about this idea. So what happens is the media reports on certain issues. And when they report on those issues, it causes those issues, like we said in the last slide, to gain importance to the public. So my example down here, 3 pictures at the bottom, Sandy Hook school shooting. Okay? At the time, that was reported on quite a bit in the news media. Again, a very dramatic, sad story. And so once that happens, they report on it so much, that becomes an important issue to the public. Now, step 2 happens. The public votes or takes other actions like protesting, so this is the bottom center picture, takes other actions to influence the government to respond to the issue. So, Media reports on it, becomes more important to the public, then the public does something. They either vote for people or who support their side of the issue, or they protest, or they call their representatives, they email, they tweet, they message them, or not message, but they post on Facebook pages. They demand some kind of action. And this influences the government to respond. And then step 3 is now, once that happens, because of the response by the public, the issue becomes part of the governmental policy agenda. And so in the bottom right, you see gun control legislation floods state houses post Sandy Hook. So all over the country, different states took up legislation about certain gun control measures as a direct result of the media reporting on Sandy Hook so much, people being moved to action, and then the government addressed that through agenda setting. Okay? What's the goal of the media? Very, very simple. The goal of the media is to make money. What that means is the goal of the media is not to inform people. It is not to make you liberal. It is not to make you conservative. It is to make money. That is their goal. They are a business like any other profit-motivated business. Their goal is to make money. That simple. And then finally, the president, he has several, or she has several advantages when it comes to the use of the media compared to Congress. So what you have here is a statement: the media focuses on the president, not Congress. Why is that? And there's a few very basic things. I think the second one might be the best. He or she is only one person. Much easier to focus on one person as opposed to we have 100 senators, we have 435 representatives. One person, very, very easy. That person is the only person in the whole government that everybody in the country has the chance to vote for. If you're a senator, you represent a single state, a representative, a smaller district. So everybody in the country has the chance to vote for. You see past presidents and current presidents here, Obama, Bush, and Clinton. And so they represent the entire country. And they are seen as the face of the government. Whether that's right or wrong, again, that one person we associate with giving them a lot of blame or a lot of credit. And so as a result, what we're looking at in this slide is that this is an advantage for the president, because when the president wants to get something done, he can go on TV anytime that he or she wants. He calls a press conference, it will be televised, it will be on all the news networks. A member of Congress can do that, and by and large, most people aren't going to care very much. So the president has an advantage reaching out, using media, contacting people, getting people on his or her side. This has been a LaMoney Production.